Everybody's yelling about Wall Street stealing houses. Meanwhile, the real shift in the housing market is sitting in some factory in the Midwest and no one's even talking about it. I just read through this bill, the ROAD Act. Yeah, it does sound pretty good on the surface. More supply, lower cost, faster building. They're going after big investors who own homes. At least that's what gets headlines. But here's the part that most people are actually missing. The real push of this bill is actually manufactured housing. Not the old school like trailer park stuff that people think about when they see it. They're really working on changing the rules so these homes look more like a traditional home. No permanent chassis, higher loan limits, looser zoning. That's a big shift. Translation to me is they're trying to flood the market with a bunch of cheap houses and fast. And honestly, we need more homes. There's no argument there. But here is where I actually see it differently. Everybody thinks affordability is going to get solved by making everything cheaper. I don't buy that. Because when you lower the barrier too far, you don't just increase opportunity, you start changing what the standard is. Look around here in the PNW, people don't just want a roof. What they're really looking for is stability in their lives. They want something solid that their kids can grow up in. There's a big difference between those two. And that ban on the investors that we're all kind of cheering about, they're barely even touching that. Straight up, the big investors actually own less than 1% of the homes around here. But they do fund a lot of the new construction. You choke that off, you might actually slow the supply instead of helping it. So now what you've got, more factory-built homes, less institutional capital, and a market that's honestly just going to be continuously starving for more good inventory. This bill is not a clean fix. And don't get it wrong, I'm not against manufactured housing. For a lot of families, it's a really great way to actually enter the housing market. But let's not pretend that like this is going to replace what people actually want in the long term. Ownership with pride, a place that holds values, and something that for them is actually going to feel permanent. We're never going to fix the American dream by making it cheaper. You fix it by making it attainable without lowering the value in what it's supposed to be.